The first thing we want to look at is the minutes from May 17th. So Rex and Steve, have you had a chance to take a look at them?
I have. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes, Rex.
Okay, I'm in agreement. I'll second.
Okay. Motion carries. Okay. All right. Tony?
All right, we have, first of all, payroll claims in the amount of $350,944.29, $350,944.29. It's just a tad higher than normal, and I'm wondering if maybe it's because part-time workers have started up. That'll be my guess.
Okay.
We could have had some anniversary dates hit where they could get raises over the
Right.
sheriff's department, so.
Okay.
You had election in there this time.
And election was in there as well,
Okay.
so it's a little bit
I'll make a
higher.
motion.
Second.
All right, motion carries to enter that in the approved payroll claims.
Next thing I have is the monthly allied claims. And that is in the amount of $54,232.69, $54,232.69. That's all the administrative stuff and so forth that is paid every month. And if you want to look at it, it's already signed, but if you want to look at it.
I'll make a motion, Rex.
Okay, second it.
Okay, motion carries. Approved
Okay.
allied claims.
That was the monthly claims. We now have the allied weekly claims. And that is in the amount of $796.46. $796.46. And there were quite a few adjustments on there. The stop loss really helped out this time in the amount of 72,000 plus. So we had total medical of 24,932.27 and total pharmacy of 48,059.67. But after the stop loss adjustments, it came to the 796.46. And that's all on that.
Gee. I like that bottom line.
It's
Yeah,
a nice one to improve.
What's that stop loss again, figure, Tony? Stop loss?
72, 195,
What now?
72, 195, 48.
Okay, good. That's a pretty big number.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, motion carries.
okay, now we have accounts payable. And I think you went over some of this when you got these. It's a little higher this time for a few reasons. It's $1,028,266.42. $1,028,266.42. But included in that was the jail bond payment. There was behavior health payment, Parkview, I think. Several other things like that that kind of added to the total this time. But the biggie was the, and you had the tiles too. $50,000 worth of tiles that was purchased. Another big one in there.
Hey, Tony, that behavior health payment, is that a semi-annual, quarterly, or what is it?
We answered this last year, and I'm trying to think what it was. Is that semi-annual, Bree? The Parkview payment, isn't that semi-annual?
Yeah.
Yeah, semi-annual.
Okay, thank you.
Tony, how big is the jail bond? What's that?
what is that, 659?
Yeah.
659,000,
Big number.
and that is actually paid twice a year. That's one payment on that. I had to get in my piggy bank.
Well, I think you answered all my questions, Steve, when we were talking previously, so I don't have any other
Okay,
questions. I'd make a motion to pay the claims as presented.
second.
Okay, motion carries. Approve the claims as presented.
There's that. And the final thing that I have, because I'm gonna let Ed do his own treasurer's report, but we also have the April monthly clerk of the court report that I handed out to all of you before the meeting, that Jim Bogleweed had submitted. So if you would want to enter that into the record as received.
Did you get a copy of that, Rex?
No, I didn't see that one, so I won't make a, you'll have to second that then, Stan.
All right. Well, it looks like everything is balanced out. It looks like it's in order.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, I'll second that to enter the monthly report from the clerk into record.
Hey, Stan, is that 2-0 vote? That's 2-0. Rex didn't vote, right?
Yeah, he abstained.
Okay, 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 good. Clear about that.
That is all that I have.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Tony. Okay, Brad, you'd like to come up?
Good morning.
Morning.
First thing today, and this is gonna be engineering side stuff that I am overseeing or acting. I didn't say that today, so I thought I'd throw that out, acting. I brought it up a few weeks ago about the bridge scour protection that they're working on getting the plans finalized. And just as a refresher, the bridge scours down around the piers or the lakes that are in the water, water erodes them out, so we gotta get in there or have somebody get in there and put riprap in. They're gonna do the banks and all that on 3 of the bridges, the big bridges. So the plans are being finalized and I have an engineering estimate of $280,872. And that's to do all 3. And with your permission, we'd like to move forward with that and we'll advertise in June and hopefully open them up toward the end of June.
What was the number again? 282?
280,872. And that's for 3 bridges. And they will have to, as part of the project, they've got to go in, they've got to build coffer dams around them. Because, they don't want to work in the water and they've got to put all that rock in. Like I said, around every pier, and then they're going to redo the banks too, going up underneath. That'll all be redone.
Okay.
That's the engineer's estimate?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, 'cause, we all know
Okay.
yeah, that's the engineer's estimate. And
BLM?
no,
You want it?
no, Butler Fairman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that.
Yeah, like I said, this project was going, before I started overseeing this, and we're just getting it finalized now, so.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess I'm asking for your permission to give them to go ahead and advertise and,
Well, that's one of those things that definitely preventative maintenance.
yeah, and it needs to be done. So if you get this done then, and, it'll take it off the scour critical list. So right now, those 3 are on that list.
Any schedule as far as when they would?
So, the timeframe, if we can hit those dates on the advertising and open the bids, it could be awarded maybe July 7th because we take them under advisement. Now granted, being this late in the year, they're gonna be busy, but we'll give them, actually, the permits will be good for a little over a year. So like till October of '23. So they should have plenty of time to get this done. Other than, I think I mentioned too, they're not allowed to work in the water from April 1st to June 30th. So
Really? Because of fish?
I believe so, yeah. DNR thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right,
But I still feel that should be plenty of time for them to get the work done.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
close to the crawdads. Do you need a motion on that?
Yes, yeah, I'm just, yeah,
I'll
get
make a
your permission to go ahead and get this going.
I'll second.
All right, motion carries.
So, yeah, just to reiterate, we'll advertise June 14th and open the bids June 28th.
And that's for all three bridges.
And that's all three. Yeah, we talked about splitting them up, but you know, if you could have one firm come in and do them all, might get a better price that way too, so. All right, the next thing, you know, we've been discussing some of these engineering for some of these bridge projects, and I have two more of them in today. And I gave you a handout last week with what they came in at. So, for Bridge 47, with Jansen and Spons, it came in at $101,155.
Where's that bridge?
550 north, just off of Pickle Road. And we have another one for Bridge 27 from Butler Fairman for $191,950. Now granted, that there, you know, of course, that's a 102-foot bridge. So you go from a 102-foot bridge to, you know, replacing, you know, something that's only 24 feet or something like that, you know, obviously it's going to cost more.
Where's that bridge? Brad?
Pickle Road. Now you got me thinking. I don't remember what.
Both those bridges are on Pickle Road.
Well, the one is just off of Pickle Road on 550 north.
Okay.
What was that Jansen company? Anybody get that?
Jansen and Spons. Yeah, 27 is over Gerke Ditch.
What was the amount on the first one on Bridge 47?
101,155.
Thank you.
You know, I get, and there's been some discussion on, you know, just the thought behind this was if we can get the engineering done on these, you know, within the next year, because like I said, you know, this isn't going to be a quick process to have the engineering done. And if we can get some of these in place, then when the funding would be there, we would be ready to go on them. So that's kind of my goal behind it.
You need a motion on that?
Yeah, unless you guys have more questions, I've got their proposals here.
Or do we need a motion to take those under advisement?
That's up to you guys. If you want to take them under advisement and we can, you know, talk about it more, you guys want to talk about it more, we can come back to it next week.
Rex, what do you think?
Let's take it under advisement.
Okay,
Okay, that is fine.
all right.
All right, the next thing, I need to hand out. So Judy Excavating's working on Bridge 106, and they are doing dirt work now. They're preparing the road to get paved. They were thinking possibly get it paved this Thursday, but they're not sure if that's going to work. So in the process of doing this is nothing uncommon. There's a couple change orders. The one change order, basically what they did, they reused a lot of the concrete that was there where they could. So, which kind of offsets some of the stone costs. So that would be the 60 tons of concrete rubble at $32 a ton. And Rex, I apologize. I did not email this to you. I thought maybe you'd be here today, so. And then the concrete, they can plan basically the best they can, and once they start pouring some of the concrete, it's a little over what they had thought, so they're also asking for that. So that'd be the two change orders, the ones for the concrete rubble and the one for the extra concrete it took.
What's the dollar amount on those, Brad?
Sorry, for the concrete rubble, it's $1,920. And for the extra concrete they ended up using, it's $2,000 for a total of $3,920.
Where's this bridge?
This is Bridge 106 on 200 South between 550 and the state line. East. Yeah, they're
There we
actually
go.
on the, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we gotta get it finished. I mean, I don't see any problem with that. I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve that.
Second.
Okay, motion carries to approve that change order as presented.
And if Stan, if you would sign that,
Okay.
they said that would be good enough. All right, more handouts. Just giving you guys all kinds of stuff today. But yeah, they're moving right along. I mean, they are really moving. They're moving dirt, they're leveling up dirt. We're very close to they're wanting to get grass seeded. Sure. It looks really good. They've done a great job. It's gonna be amazing when you get out there and see the difference. If you remember what the old one looked like, it's really amazing. All right, so now let's shift gears more to the highway side. We got our monthly draw. The MVH for May, we brought in $313,755.26. $313,755.26. The local road and streets for the month of May brought in $46,566.49. $46,566.49.
Well, they're definitely both looking better anyway,
For now,
for
I
now.
think it'll stay that way.
no. I didn't know if you guys wanted to accept that first or, foreseeing the way things are right now, of course, our costs have already went up and the price of our fuel and everything. And I don't want to be negative, but I don't see it staying this way. I don't know what the tipping point is, but when are people gonna not drive as much? Because when they quit driving, that's when we'll really start to see it.
Well, I suppose right now, I think summer travel's gonna be down.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we get next month and the month after.
I don't know exactly what affects this, but I don't know what commercial travel is gonna do. I mean, because the summer, as far as commercial travel and farming, those are two big diesel
Yep.
users. So,
And we hear all kind of talk, we've heard, I've told you before, we've heard a hydraulic oil shortage. Last week or something, somebody said they heard there's gonna be a diesel fuel shortage. So we'll see. We're gonna deal with whatever comes our way and just hope for the best.
I know that price has been going up faster than gas for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, for now, I feel fortunate where we're at. It was good this month, so
Yeah.
next couple months will give us a little more info.
Did you get a copy of that, Rex?
No, he did not.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
I'll scan it and email it to you, Rex.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank
Do you want to hold off on that and abstain since you don't have it in front of you, or?
I think you guys could go ahead and approve that. It's just,
Okay.
that'd be a standard report.
Yeah,
I'll make the motion to approve it.
okay, I'll second that. So,
All right, the next thing, just like, kind of give you a heads up. So every year, Asphalt Materials, they're a company that'll come in and do the crack sealing. And, you know, they do the wedge, or not wedge and level, they do the micro surfacing. So they bid that out every year, at the beginning of every year, when we do all our bids, they give us a price on what it's gonna cost to do that. And we are going to do Pickle Road between US 27 and Ohio State line. It's showing its age, starting to crack a lot, so we had them, you know, they used their figure, they give us a bid. And to do that many miles, 6.8 miles, $55,850.90. So the idea is behind that, if we can get the cracks sealed this year, next year we're gonna chip seal that thing and it should be sealed up. So that's why we like to do that. So I just want to give you a heads up, you know, we've got that in the works for this summer. And then next year, you know, we'll chip seal Pickle Road, that whole length, so. And I don't know what their time frame is, you've heard it all, everybody's busy. But they did, he gave us this price and said they'll get in, and, you know, when they can, so, yeah, this year.
That's asphalt materials, is that?
Pavement Solutions,
Oh, Pavement Solutions. Okay.
yes, that's crack sealing.
Okay. And where's it located? Where's it from?
Where are they from?
Yeah, Fort Wayne.
No, I want to say Peru,
Or Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Middletown.
Middletown, okay.
All right, the last thing I have, how am I doing on time, Dan?
You're way over.
Okay. I have one permit today, and it's for Precision Utilities Group. And they're gonna bore for CenturyLink. And all they're doing is they wanna bore on 700 South between 350 and 450 East. They're just gonna bore under the road to go to a residence. They're not running down the road or nothing, they just wanna bore under the road, then they'll go to the house, so.
Okay, I'll take a motion on that, unless you have a question.
Nope, I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, a motion carries. Thank you, Brad.
And that is it.
I see that before Paul takes it back.
What's that, Tony?
I need to see that for the.
Yeah.
Let's grab a signature here.
Or you can make a copy of the front page or something.
I can do that too. So yeah, that's all I have other than our normal, you know, we are weather dependent. We're ready to get out and mow and start patching and
Okay,
finishing up other stuff right now. Been cleaning bridges and just spraying weeds.
good, thank you. Okay, Rick, would you like to come up? I didn't forget you this time.
Last week, here. Okay.
Last commissioners meeting, I wasn't here. The elevator over at the courthouse wasn't working, last Tuesday. Tech came in, got it to work. 2 O-rings were leaking in it. He had to order them. He does have them. It is functioning. Hopefully he'll get that fixed this week yet. But the elevator here at the complex isn't working. I worked yesterday morning. I think the food bank used a little bit, probably around between 8 and 8:30 it stopped working. The tech came here, he probably spent over 2 hours on it. It's got no power going to the circuit board. So he tried jumping across, he thinks the switch is out of it. So he said he was gonna order it, probably wouldn't be here till Wednesday. He called me last night somewhere around 10 o'clock. He said, hey, I've been thinking about this. He goes, can I come in there early and look at this? So it was probably around 5:30-ish when he came in here before his other scheduled
Oh,
appointments.
today?
Yeah.
Wow.
He looked at it again. But what he thought he could do didn't work. So we're back to the switch thing. So hopefully it's here by tomorrow, but that's no guarantee
Right.
that that's what it is.
Do we need to post a notice at the doors that the elevators are not functional?
It's on the elevator, it's not on the doors.
But I mean, when people, I don't know if,
The worst thing too tomorrow is the food bank,
right, so we'll have to let them know.
which I've talked to. So you want signs on the doors?
Well, probably just this, west door probably is the only one. Cause anybody that's gonna use the elevator probably wouldn't use the other doors, I suppose.
Probably not.
Third floor was gonna get waxed last night. We were gonna wax the floors last night. That didn't happen because can't get the stuff up the elevator
Hmm.
to get it sanded off. So that didn't happen. Just get it scheduled back in, and we get it fixed. The health clinic Thursday, we'll be getting new faucets.
Can I ask you one thing on the elevator yet? Do we have any employees that currently use the elevator?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
It'll just be anyone that comes in and does business, obviously.
Okay.
Any other questions about the elevator? Health clinic, they're gonna get 4 new laboratory faucets in there. I think they have 4 sinks in there. That'll be done Thursday. And then they've also expressed concern to me about their room in the summertime here. That'll be looked at, sought at that day too.
Okay, cause you've been working with Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll be here with a true visual to look at it. And I have
He said,
explained that to the health clinic.
did you say faucets, Rick?
Yeah, faucets.
Okay, that's right. You
New
talked kind of low
faucets.
there, okay. Faucets, okay. 4 new ones.
Yeah. Yesterday morning, just an update thing. Jeremy is paying for this, but met with Jeremy and his staff. They're wanting to kind of update their office in there where the girls are. Maybe new cubicles. It's kind of very outdated. It's just a countertop. Which I kind of agree. I mean, they need something different in there. So
Mhm.
just a little heads up.
Are they gonna get some estimates, or do you get estimates, or how do you
Well,
know?
I told them that I would contact, and then we would all meet over there, and then they
Okay.
could look and see what they like, don't like, what he has to offer.
You know, sometimes Jeremy's been real good about picking out some 4D money for stuff like that
Yeah,
too. so.
which I think he's going to take care of this
Okay,
whole thing. I'm
Yeah.
just kind of getting them organized for
Sure.
where, help them out. The other thing I have is, I don't know if you remember, a couple weeks ago, we had the sprinklers tested over at the courthouse. And he couldn't get a reading on the shaft for the pump. So he's coming back tomorrow. So what that means is from about 7 to 10 tomorrow, that system will be on test. And the alarm may go off over there, but I should be there to get it off real quick. And I'll try to let everybody know over there that we are working on it. And it may not take that long. I'm hoping it's done before the employees even come in.
Hmm.
So. And speaking of the sprinkler system, Our inspection agreement with Shamball is up for the work that they do on that at the courthouse. That's every 5 years. So,
What all do they inspect?
well, I have it all right here. It's the pump, it's the pipes, it's all detailed right here, and the cost. Anybody else?
What's that amount, Rick? What that amount?
It is, well, kind of different amounts here, but fire pump testing, fire sprinkler systems, I mean, it's pretty explanatory here. We get one annual for all that. That's $884. 5-year assessment, the gauges, replacement, internal piping assessment, hydrant testing, $1753.
Add those together,
Yeah, and then there's a couple more here. Dry pipe full, trip test is $250. And then the dry pipe air leak test, $400.
Right.
So it's whatever that grand total is. And this gets done every year.
On any of the things that are excluded here, are those things that we ask them to do? There'll be some additional,
Yeah,
okay.
yes.
Any significant changes in
No,
this from the
compared
last?
to what I referenced back, it kind of caught me off guard. It was 5 years and I had to
Oh.
look back at it, so
Yeah.
I just got it and compared it, but it's really not. It's the same thing. It's pretty standard, basic.
Is this in your budget or whose budget is it in?
It'd be contracted services.
It is, okay.
It's budgeted as long as we don't get anything cut out.
Now, the 250 and 400 says due in 2024. Is that, so that's not yearly or?
Okay.
And then the 1753, that's a 5-year.
Yeah.
And so right now it's just the 884.
Yeah, agreement again.
And then in 5 years it's the 1753 and then the, okay,
5-year assessments here.
Yeah.
gotcha.
It's a 3-year, so that's not due to 24 though.
So do you need
So probably should.
Probably need a signature on that.
but we need to make a motion on that.
Yeah. If you guys want to redo.
I have a question on that before they make a motion. On the 3-year, it says due 2024. So are you just talking about them approving the total inspections at $884 and the 5-year assessment at $1,753 at this time?
Well, I would rather just do it all at once here, because it's in that.
So go ahead and approve the one, so you already have it done for 24?
Because the one inspection will get done in 2024, the dry pipe test, air leak test, and that's the cost of it. I mean, it's all in the parameters of that 3 to 5 years.
I just want to clarify.
This
it.
isn't yearly cost every year though.
No,
That's what I'm. Rex, did you get a copy of this?
no, I did.
No, but I've been listening to your conversation. I think I
Okay.
got it.
I thought Rex was gonna add it to, but I can forward it to you.
So you're wanting to
I
approve
want
this
to-
now for all?
Well, you got it in your budget, right, Rick?
Yes. It's budgeted
That's 3287 total altogether.
3287.
But you only have to pay the 884 this year. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, motion carries. You may assign one of these copies, or do we need more than one?
Yeah, I got one here too, you can sign.
Okay.
Check the box that says invoice.
Probably wouldn't hurt for us to have a copy where we can scan it up there. Yeah, we'll scan a copy and have it up there. Whoops.
The courthouse, bushes have been trimmed, there's flowers planted for Memorial Weekend. Hopefully the park's it's supposed to rain the next 3, but hopefully they'll mow it again before the weekend. Be able to, so. That's really all I have right now.
And you're just gonna scan that, or you want another one signed?
If he wants to keep a copy for himself, he can have one. If you'll sign the other one, I'll take it with me and we'll scan that to keep. All right.
Yeah.
Mark, you need one over there, bring me. So one for Rick and one for us, we should be good.
Are you gonna be around later today, or what time are you?
Should be less like.
Just 2 copies. So yeah, if you're gonna be around today, or what time do you take off usually? Okay.
Usually between 2 and 2:30 if I can.
Rick,
Okay.
do you need to have this person sign too and then get it to him?
I'll call him. He probably should.
Yeah, we should have it there. Why don't you keep both of them, and when he signs, bring a copy up to me if you would.
I don't probably scan.
It won't do us any good until we get it signed, I guess.
Well, if you're gonna be around between 2 and 2:30, I may try and get a hold of you.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
Very good. Anything else for Rick, Rex?
Nope, nothing here.
Okay.
Rex.
Yep,
Today was the day that John August was gonna set through that seminar.
yeah, right.
All right,
You're gonna contact him afterwards, right?
yeah, I
Okay,
was pretty sure it was today, so. Yep,
yeah, it is.
I'll get a hold
It's
of him.
supposed to be from 9 to 10:30.
Yeah, I thought, so it's probably over with, so I'll just go do it now.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Rick. Sorry. You talking about painting in a countertop someplace, what's that?
Over across the attorney's office. Upgrade and update their office. Overall.
Oh, we love it. Okay. This way, extra copy of what they have, what they were. Check it over or whatever. Thanks, sir. Oh, appreciate that.
Rex Stadden had to step out for a minute. That's what.
Okay,
Dan had a run out.
Come on, Jim.
Be nice, Jim.
Be nice.
I understand. I don't think when they call. That's what I like about it. Don't put in the-
Thank you. Has the amounts and everything right.
We've got the bathrooms too much.
Oh, this is,
That's all the features on that.
what other one? There was the very last thing they approved, I forgot this.
Yeah.
No, I was typing and I missed.
All right, Ed?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning, Ed.
Morning, Ed.
Hello, Rex. Hope you have a good ride home today. The monthly report is a little bit later than normal. Everybody was pretty busy the first couple weeks of the month. And so Kathy got this done, I think, on the 17th. But it's all before you. You all have a copy of it, and everything's, according to Hoyle, we balance. That's where it's supposed to be. If you have any specific questions, I can.
I don't. Rex, do you have a copy of that in front of you?
No, I don't, so I won't make, I'll abstain from that motion.
Okay.
I'll make the motion, we accept it.
Okay, I'll second that. Enter that into record.
Okay, I want to let you know that our ARPA money is still not in. I expected it sometime this last week. It's still not here. I have word that if it comes during this meeting to let us know, but I really do expect it anytime. Hopefully this week. Supposed to be at any time now, any day, any hour, so
Okay.
we'll see. That'll
Do
be
they
3
do an
point-
electronic transfer? or
Yes,
then how
yes,
they-
it'll go straight into our operating account, 3.474 million. So,
Okay.
we're looking forward to that. Tony and I both are and all that. It looks to me that we have pretty much earmarked the first 3.474 million close to projects that we have on hand. The sewer district, the chillers up on top, all the different things will come up close to that. So just to give you an idea of where we're at money-wise, what you have earmarked and what we have yet to go. But we will have that 3.474 to work with when it comes in. Taxes coming in, and I have a better number now than I did last week. Right now, we're at 15,745,201 in and posted. That's 92.9%. I have about another 800,000 to post yet today and tomorrow. And so we're in really, really good shape as far as getting the tax money in so far for the spring collection. And now when we get past the 30 days of delinquency, then that sends out a courtesy letter that we do. Not all counties do that, but we like to
Do
do that
you
here.
send it out or does that L&D,
We send that out.
you send it
Yeah,
out?
we send that out to everybody that has it. Most of the times, people come in and they say, we just forgot.
Oh.
And they're really good about coming in and paying. But that really helped us get the numbers where we were at last year. We're not there yet, but I'm confident we'll be getting there. Overall, I have 15.28% in of the fall collection already. So our overall collection rate, we're at 54.11% in for the year. And that's as of 5 minutes till 10 o'clock here this morning. So we're in good shape. I'm happy with everything. I talked with Stan about this earlier in the week, but the L&D Mailmasters, you brought that up. They're the vendor that we printed and mailed out the tax statements. And I said that I would wait until we were past the process before I determined if we moved on for that for this next year. I'm happy with it. I would like to ask your permission to continue on. It came in under budget. And as far as I see, it is a savings to us rather than a cost to us. Plus, it saves a lot of labor in the office at a specific time when everybody in there needs to be concentrating on getting ready for tax season. So with that, I need to put together my treasurer's office budget, and I would just let you know that that's the direction I'd like to go with your approval.
Rex and Steve, what are your thoughts?
I would agree with Ed on that, since I was a treasurer and I know how labor intensive it is, doing your own bills. It sounded like it was a good thing for this year.
I was very happy with it. I think the taxpayers themselves were happy with it. I got good comments. I am going to try to get those yellow envelopes if I can, but that was a supply chain problem. I could not get them from anywhere this year. They're already working on it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them for next year or not.
Hey, Ed, one question I had, did they do a good job at scrubbing the addresses?
Yes, there's a system, and I don't know the nomenclature of it, but regardless of what address we have there, they run it through their system to make sure it's the latest up-to-date address. And if they find a newer address than we have, then they send us that newer address and we update our system with it. And we did have some of those. I think you're gonna have that with 24,000 parcels, you're gonna have that every year. That's,
Yeah.
somebody just doesn't tell you when they, or where they moved to, so.
Well, I would agree to continue.
Okay. I don't know if you need a
Okay.
motion on that,
Yeah.
or I don't. It's a budget thing, so, but you guys pay for that budget part, so that's up to
Yeah.
you.
Was that approved last year?
Yes.
Was it approved just for 1 year, or was it approved to continue if
It
you?
was just 1 year at the time, and I said we'd take another look at it.
So I'll leave it up to Mark if we need another motion on that or not. I don't know if you need a
Was
motion
it
to
in-
continue using them.
Was it in the commissioner's budget?
Yes.
We have a written contract?
Yes.
Wonder if we have to re-sign that every year?
I don't know. I can find out.
Just find it and email it to me and
Yeah.
we can take action on it.
Yeah.
Wait till we find that out.
Okay, the other thing I have, I want to let you know that investments on my bonds are in really good shape. Interest rates are starting to shake loose. I do have a hole into next year when CDs tanked a couple of years ago. And this was during the previous administration. We just had nothing to invest in with CDs. We had to just roll it into our checking accounts and make what little bit of interest we can. But I have a hole that I'd like to plug up there and do some investing. Interest rates have shook loose pretty well on short-term CDs. And I got quotes from all 5 of our banks, and I just want to let you know I'm going to go ahead and do that here, hopefully this afternoon. I can get it done, so. I'm real happy with the interest rates are starting to shake loose a little bit, so. Especially with the ARPA money coming in, I'm not gonna tie it up because I can get this money from different places. But it's nice to make some interest for a change instead of making piddly squat on stuff, so.
Well, if things are shaking loose, then and we have the opportunity to take advantage of it without any additional risk,
Right,
and that sure makes sense.
right. And so that's the plan.
Yeah,
So that's all I have, unless you gentlemen have any questions.
very good. Rex, any questions for Ed?
No, just enter the report into the minutes, so,
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a motion?
yes.
Okay. Motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen, very much.
Good. All right, Joe McDonough, you'd like to come up and discuss with us your thoughts?
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Joe McDonough with American Legal Publishing.
And obviously, you've been listening, we've got Rex Moore on, he's
Yes,
our third commissioner. Yeah.
right.
Gotcha.
We submitted a proposal to the county with Mr. Burry for codifying the county ordinances.
Mhm.
And I'll give you just a little bit of brief background about our company, first of all. We do ordinance codification all over the country, but we're headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio, so we're nice and close to you here. We work with about 300 local governments throughout Indiana. We've worked with the city of Decatur for a number of years. We also do Bern, Fort Wayne, New Haven, Jay County, Wells County, Whitley County, quite a few in the area here. What we would do for you folks is take all the ordinances that you've adopted over the years. And I was actually here in early 2019, about 3.5 years ago, and I went through the ordinance books in the auditor's office. I have a pretty good feel for what you folks have. And we would codify all of the ordinances, including the zoning ordinance, which I believe was from 2005, if I'm not mistaken. All the county ordinances into a single volume, similar to this that we did for DuPont County. We'd review all the ordinances for conflicts between ordinances, conflicts with Indiana code. We wouldn't change anything without your permission, but we give our research in writing to Mr. Burry for him to, so he can advise the county. You know, we have a lot of experience at this, so we'll point out things that if we see things with your ordinances, particularly with the older ones that haven't been looked at in a long time, we'll point those out to Mr. Burry, given our recommendations for creating a current body of law for the county. We also review all of your fees and fines, penalties, just to make sure that they're current with state code and also current with what you folks want. Sometimes those things haven't been looked at in a long time. We can also provide you with model ordinances in areas where you don't have an ordinance but would like to have one on a certain topic, or you have one but it's 30 years old, and we can give you examples of what other counties are doing on the same topic if that's of interest to you. So the goal is to get you a current body of law for the county that's easy to find everything. It's indexed. We also have an online service that Decatur uses, for instance, where on our website, amlegal.com, you can go to our website, click on Code Library. You'll be able to find the county code. We keep it current for you there. Then we'll put a link to your county's website so that people can go back and forth from there. But we want to also provide you, it's an option for you, but to have the online version as well, so that you folks, your county employees, but also the citizens can know what the current laws are for the county. And then we have an optional update service to keep it up to date in future years. Most of our clients of the size of Adams County, they might update on an annual basis, where we would contact you, tell you what the last ordinance in your book is, so we can get copies from the auditor's office of the newer ordinances since the last update. We'll also review things for any new state law changes that affect your book, present those to you. Again, we don't change your laws without your permission, but we also want you to be able to take advantage of our expertise, and that we're looking up these same things for 300 other local governments in Indiana. So we want to share it with you as well, so that you've got a dependable code of ordinances that stays up to date for you.
So just real quickly, for
Sure.
example, if we enacted an ordinance today, then the paper version would go into that record, and then we would notify you, and then you would post an electronic
Yeah.
version?
There's
or-
different ways you can go with that. Let's say we have your code done, and then you adopt a new ordinance. We can list them, we can put them online in PDFs, just that they're out there until you do your next full update.
I see.
Yeah. Or you can do like Fort Wayne, they update 4 times a year, so it never gets too far out of date. So
Or for example, if we enacted an ordinance today, would you research that before you posted it to look for conflicts or?
yes, we certainly, the first thing we always do is to compare it to the rest of the book to make sure that's not in conflict with the book. A lot of times you're amending something that's in the book, so we want to make sure that that's a new, you have a new ordinance on nuisances or whatever, that it replaces the old version, that we make sure it goes in the right place and the old language comes out, so that.
And if you found a discrepancy, probably the first thing you do is discuss it with Mark or Julie.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely. We want, it's your book, it's your code of ordinances, so we want it to read the way you folks want it, but we're going to point things out to you if we see problems.
Yep.
No, I've looked through the proposal. I don't know, Julie Marie, you have any questions?
I don't have any questions.
I think it sounds way too organized for us.
What about the online hosting? So that's after we have the project done, then it says $795 for the first year.
Right. The first year costs an additional $795 to create the online version and get it posted. Then it's $495 annually to continue to host it.
Okay.
That would be
So
the
that
second year.
Yeah, so but you host it, but there's a link from our website, so
Correct.
to that.
What we do is, once it's completed, we'll put it on our website, and we'll contact your IT person.
Yeah.
And give that person the link so that it can link both ways.
But the software for the searchability and everything is on your
Correct.
web
Correct.
service.
And it's, I'm not a tech guy myself, but I find this searching capability very user-friendly, and it has a lot of nice features where you can look at a section, then you click on penalty for that section. It'll take you to the penalty for someone who violates that section. If you're using it on your desktop, you can highlight things and block things off and print them out. It has a lot of good features like that. As well as the searching that you mentioned. You type in junk vehicles, whatever, it'll take you all the places where that phrase appears. You can click on them. So if you're trying to find something.
Like some of your other clients, what do they do, in terms of ordinances? There's regulatory ordinances, there's public safety ordinances, zoning ordinances, and then there's run-of-the-mill finance, fiscal ordinances, budget ordinances that are done every year. Do those those don't get codified, do they?
They do not get codified. What we call the ordinances of a general and permanent nature, or what the citizens would consider the laws of the county.
Yeah.
So, for instance, if you're transferring money from the general fund to another fund, we wouldn't put that ordinance in.
Wouldn't make sense to.
Correct. We wouldn't put the annual budget ordinance in, those kinds of things.
How about like personnel policies and.
It's not an ordinance, but.
If it's not an ordinance, we wouldn't put it in. We have a minority of our clients that put their salary ordinances in because they're just trying to be transparent, but most of them don't because they change so often, But, I mean, we can put in anything you want, but typically we advise you that those kinds of things generally don't go in.
Yeah, okay.
Joe,
Makes sense.
Yes.
you indicated that Allen County updated theirs once a year. How many times would be standard? How many times a year would updates occur under this contract?
It's completely up to the county on how often you want to update. I'd say most of our clients' size, Adams County, would update annually. But if you want to do it twice a year, 4 times a year, I mean, we're flexible on our end. We do the city of Chicago every week. And I don't think you would need that. But if we had you on a schedule and all of a sudden you had a bunch of new ordinances, you just wanted to do a quick one, we can do that too. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd say on average, the commissioners probably don't adopt more than about 20 ordinances a year, and so it's not a lot. And most of those are fiscal and they're not regulatory.
Right. So I would say you'd probably only have a handful of the regulatory ones.
Yep.
There also may be a few new state statutes that affect local governments. We get those in as well.
So like any of the amendments we've done to the ARPA ordinance, we probably wouldn't include that.
It's fiscal. I don't believe so, no. No, you're basically codifying what are the rules of general applicability to, public health, safety, welfare, transportation, speed limits, zoning in particular is a big one, building code, land use, any regulatory ordinances.
So would it include the Adams County Comprehensive Land Use Plan?
It could. I don't know that that's adopted in the form of an ordinance, though. That's something that you could put on, but anything like that, you can put on the county's website. It doesn't, I think when we think of code of ordinances, those are law enacted by the commissioners.
Right.
Okay. Other things are policy.
Right. So, one of the things we want in there are the kinds of things that where a citizen comes in, say to the auditor's office and says, what's your law on this? Or what do I have to do to be in compliance? Those are the kinds of, kinds of things you're gonna want in there.
Okay, Sheriff?
Joe, you
Yes.
said something, so we don't reinvent the wheel. If you have some go-bys, is that an extra fee for you to give those to us so we can build our own ordinances? or-
No, the model ordinances that those are free of charge to all of our clients, just part of what we provide.
Okay.
All right, well, I think, we've got money budgeted and the commissioners have funds budgeted in legal, and I think it makes sense to do this, and I don't know, Joe and Marie, I think it would be helpful, not for the commissioners, and the public, and especially, I think, for zoning and regulatory, ordinances. It'd be nice for everybody to have access and have it searchable, and we've got all the ordinances on our file server in a PDF form, and we can search them somewhat, but it's not real accessible. This would be nice.
Okay,
You had something else, Dan?
No, I'd say it's a huge benefit to my department too, because we get calls all the time, then we're calling your office to try and to find them, so
Yep.
I'm in huge favor of this.
aren't you supposed to have those memorized?
Yeah.
Say, yeah, just get us a final agreement, Joe, get it emailed to me. I know you sent it.
Actually, I have 2 copies here already signed
Yeah,
on
if you can-
our end.
Okay.
Can you review that proposal cost-wise?
Oh, sure. The, have a cost sheet here.
Yep. Thank you.
It'd be $795 the first year.
Oh, just for the online, yeah. The cost of the initial project is $12,750 to get all of the codification done, all the research that we'll provide to you to get, and to get it published. That's the kind of the big project to get it done the first time. Then as I mentioned, the cost of the online hosting is $795 that first year, $495 in future years to host. The cost to update the book is $18 per page that we change or add to the book to adopt new ordinances in future years. If you do the single column or the double column format, which gets more on a page, smaller print would be $22. I would say a county your size typically might spend, you're only talking, as we mentioned, a handful of ordinances a year. It might be $1,000 a year to keep the book up to date with new ordinances, something in that range. I mean, if you adopted a whole new zoning code one year, that would be different, but.
Rex, did you get all those numbers?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I like the idea. I think it's a great idea. I see a lot of pluses to it.
One of the options they give on the original cost of $12,750 is payable over 2 budget years. So if this is something we want to go ahead with, that's a decision also that we have
There
here.
should be a link from the website,
So,
I think.
I'm just curious.
You're right.
so then,
We'll
of
probably
course,
have to
the
ask
online
about the link.
hosting of $795 would be another decision to make initially. So what's your thoughts on those options? I should say, is this something you want to go ahead with or think we should go ahead with? It sounds like Mark's recommending.
Sounds like the
And
sheriff
Julie
likes
Marie.
the idea.
So,
What do you think, Rex?
Stan, you said that the $12,750 can be paid over the 2 budget years?
Yes, that's what it says.
correct.
Do you have that contract, Joe?
Yes.
No, I like the idea, Stan. I think it's a great idea, and I like the online availability.
Is this really with IT to host that link? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know that there'd be an issue, but I'd have to work through it.
Yeah, and you say you would work with our IT department as far as establishing a link.
Yeah, it's, my understanding is it's very simple. We create a link, send it to them, and then it's very easy for them to put it onto your website.
Okay. Yeah, because that's one of the things with our IT department. We always try and make sure that whatever we do with projects like this are gonna be compatible with our
Right,
current system.
and-
And so,
We work with a lot of IT departments, so I'm sure we can get it working for you folks.
all right. So yeah, thoughts as far as moving ahead with this? Is this something you want to take under advisement, looking at the agreement, Mark? Or is this something you think if we're in favor, we could move ahead today? Or what's, because I don't know that there's any super urgency with doing it, other than the sooner we get started, the sooner we would have the advantage of the project. What's your schedule on getting something like this accomplished?
It takes us about 6 months to get you the draft of the new book for the county to review, as well as our written report of recommendations. So if we started tomorrow, it's probably talking by the end of the year until you get the draft of the book.
Okay, so are you physically in the auditor's office or anything?
What we would do, we would contact the auditor's office. Usually they can send us stuff, we still have a lot of clients that send us paper, but I do know that from when I was here in 2019, that a lot of your ordinances have been digitized. And you can probably send us a flash drive or something with a lot of that material.
So really minimal
Yes.
face-to-face?
Yeah, you folks are actually ahead of the game, some of the places where I've been. I've been doing this for 30 years, and I know that that you have scanned in a lot of that material, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, no, I've looked at it before. I'm good with the agreement. It can be, after the initial term, it can be terminated by 90 days prior notice. That's fine. Just needs approved by the county. I think you want to select on page 7, the code on the internet, which is for the first year hosting. I think you want to do that.
And Mr. Burry, you'll see a lot of options there on page 7. The only ones that you have to decide now are if you want the online and and whether you want the single or double column format, which are examples at the very back of the proposal.
Okay.
Most of our clients choose the single column format. It's a little bit larger print. For Wayne's, it's double column because theirs is a real big book, but that's just.
So if we went with the single column format, you think just we'd end up with a book roughly that size?
It would be a little bit bigger than this one, I think.
Yeah, the zoning code itself is pretty substantial.
Yeah,
Sometimes
zoning
you
code
have 2
It's
books.
about 200 pages on its own, so that's 100 sheets, so.
No, I'm fine with the agreement. If you gentlemen want to approve it, we can get it signed.
And then as far as doing it over, upfront or over 2 budget years, if we've got it in our budget, I don't know what your thoughts are. Rex, any thoughts on that either?
If we got it in our budget, we can go ahead and take care of it this year.
And I'll point out to you that you don't actually, from our point of view, you don't have to decide that yet, because we don't invoice anything until we send you that draft, which is 6 months out, so.
Oh, well, then we might even be over to the next budget year.
Yeah, so I mean, whether you want to encumber the funds this year or whatever you want to do on your end, doesn't really affect us.
We'll just make sure that when you budget for legal for 2023, you know that you'll have a second payment. And so
Yeah, right.
that's fine. But yeah, you can make the initial payment's due within 45 days after this gets signed and they get started, so. The first half. I think
But
it
first
is.
half isn't until we even send you the draft, I don't believe.
Is it? Oh, let me see.
Well, if that's in December, we would be in the next budget year.
50% within 45 days after submission of the manuscript and invoice.
Right, so
Yeah,
that's gonna
that's
be,
fine.
that's gonna be the end of the year or even falling into
Yep.
23
You
anyway.
could add that to the next budget, if needed.
Okay, so if we decide to go ahead with this, the initial motion would include the project itself, plus you recommending the online code hosting for the first year.
Yep.
For sure. Anything else we need to, and then we want to talk about single or double column. So the initial motion would include those 3 things, I assume, so. So with that, what do you guys think?
I would agree with the way we're going. with the initial amount of $12,750, the online services, and then you think that single column, is that what you prefer?
I think
I
so.
think that's
That makes
suitable.
no sense.
That would be my recommendation, but it's up to you.
Okay,
Okay.
well, I'll make that into a motion.
I'll second
Okay, motion carries to move ahead with this project, under those conditions, so.
There's two stands sign there and you can attest right
Yeah, I think that'll just be an excellent way to not only have it,
I'll sign there. We'll have 2 copies.
have it organized for us, but also for public access.
Just email one to me.
Okay.
So he'll get one and we'll get one.
Yep.
See, I can.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, Joe. I look forward to.
Am I gonna take a copy back with me or?
Yeah.
And then, with your permission, we'll, deal with the auditor's office for getting the ordinances and, county attorney for, content questions.
Go.
As far as the physical book, how many copies of that would we get?
I believe it covers, 15 copies,
15.
including the binders.
Here's your copy.
Great.
Did they denote on the single column that that's what they wanted on that page 7?
I don't know, well, I looked at 7, I didn't see
Or
that.
wherever that's at.
Right here. Is there anything on there for single
I think
column?
it's page 4, actually. No, I'm sorry. It didn't get in this contract, but I will make a note,
Yeah,
because it's still an option for you.
Yep, okay,
Okay, great.
good.
That's my copy.
That's yours.
Ordered that to you that way. I get all kinds of stuff like that. That one looked interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Not all of them.
Thank you very much. We'll be in contact.
All right,
Appreciate it very much.
thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Joe, how big is the Chicago book?
You know, books. It's, I think 7 volumes.
7.
Yeah. But you should see San Francisco's, 23 volumes. They got a law and everything out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
really.
Thanks, Joe.
Phew.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad to be a one-book county.
Maybe 2.
All right. Shannon, you have anything for us
I
today?
just have one thing. So this morning, I sent you guys a job description for the part-time RN in the health department or the health clinic. We realized that we didn't have one. I don't think that they wrote job descriptions for part-time employees when they did the big job description analysis a couple
right.
years ago, because this is the second or third one that I've had to write. But I worked with Holly on it, and Holly's good with it, so I just need your approval on it, or if you have any questions or whatever we gotta talk about.
The only question I had, Shannon, we got it restricted to RN, right?
Yes,
I mean, if we found a qualified LPN, that throws her out.
correct.
Okay.
You just want us to approve that? So it's just restricted to RN totally, as part-time?
Yes.
That rocks.
Rex, you still reading, or you have any thoughts on that?
No, I read through the whole thing. I guess, is that what we want? Do we want to just restrict it to an RN?
I think we have to because of what the nature of the work. I don't think that we.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I thought you did a good job on it. did you guys agree with what she did?
Sure. Yeah,
I mean-
I'm okay with
I'll
that.
make okay, I'll make a motion if there's no other questions on approving that job description.
Second.
Okay, motion carries.
That's all I had. Thanks very much.
Thanks for putting that together.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, Mark, do you have anything for us today?
Nope, I think that's it.
All right.
See what kind of, junk ordinance they have.
You can get that in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Anything else from Julie Marie? Did you have anything today? No. Okay. Anybody else? All right. All right, nothing from the public.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, meeting adjourned.